Tonight on Cougar News, we take a closer look at the violence at Saugus High School.
Plus, we see how COC celebrated its 45th birthday.
Also, we take a look at how Cougar football did this past weekend. Cougar News starts now.
This is Cougar News.
Hello and welcome to Cougar News. I'm Alyssa Dickert.
And I'm Felisa Cardenas.
Exciting night tonight because there's two ladies on the desk.
And with more exciting news, we head to the Cougar Newsroom.
Blogger Lena Angel and a guest were escorted off the COC Valencia campus after waiting in line for LeAnn Rimes' concert at the PAC this past Sunday. The blogger has written a number of provocative comments about the country pop singer on her blog. Before entering the theater, the blogger said that campus safety officers had asked her and her guests to leave without any reason. The SCV sheriff went on to say that they were contacted by a school official who said that Angel was a threat to the public safety. She cooperated and was given a full refund before leaving the venue.
A Saugus mother seeks help in finding her daughter after she didn't return home Sunday. Officers are investigating whether or not Bowman High Maria Espinola willingly ran away from home. Her mother says Maria has a history of mental problems and is concerned for her well-being. She was last seen near the intersection of Arroyo Seco and Decoro Drive in Saugus.
Two separate fights at Saugus High School, along with a derogatory Twitter post following the altercations, prompted concerned parents to meet and discuss the possibility the fights were racially motivated. Enzo Marino reports.
Parents who met here at the Boys and Girls Club in Newhall a day after the fight said they worried primarily for their children's safety, but they were also concerned about a racially charged tweet that was posted shortly after the on-campus brawl.
It's really scary. I mean, one of them posted to the fact that, he said, you don't know what happiness is. Happiness is being with me on a boat with a boat full of naked girls with a whole bunch of coke and ecstasy. That's what these kids are posting. That type of, mentality makes me worried,
Us as parents and as advocates and community leaders, our job is to be there for them. So, we can't be with them every day at school. We can only protect them to an extent.
Saugus High Principal Bill Boldy denies any allegations the fights were racial in nature and says the confusion was the effect of inaccurate journalism. In an email to parents and staff members, Boldy stated the following: there was absolutely no link to racism in their conflict. In fact, the initial confrontation was between two students of the same race. The student who made the disparaging post about his own race was called into the administration office at his own school. That student has issued an apology through a phone call to me yesterday. I assure you that fostering an environment of respect and safety for all who enter our gates is a priority for us at Saugus High School. Public Relations Officer and spokeswoman for the William S. Hart School District, Gail Pinsker, echoed what Principal Boldy stated.
All the teachers, staff on campus work really hard to get back to an environment of safety and learning. This was an incident on Monday that occurred between, like I said, two boys of the same race. And from there, everybody is sensitive to the school climate and being safe on campus, and we want to make sure that our families and our students know that our schools are as safe as possible.
With over 2,500 students here, these types of incidents, although rare, are expected. Principal Boldy says that the mood here has calmed considerably since the incident last week. For Cougar News, I'm Enzo Marino.
Deputies with the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Station arrested a Canyon Country man Monday night at gunpoint after authorities say he pulled a knife on another man. The incident was triggered by 21-year-old Salvador Ocampo, who was accused of stealing the victim's bicycle. When the victim confronted Ocampo, a fight broke out and the suspect pulled out a knife. No one was hurt in the confrontation, but Ocampo was arrested on felony assault charges. He appeared today in San Fernando Superior Court.
With recent tragedies involving pedestrian versus car collisions, our own Aldo Canepa looks into road safety.
It's as simple as pressing a button and waiting for the green light to go. But something as easy as walking across the street has been proven very difficult these past few months, with recent crashes all over the Santa Clarita Valley, including 2 fatalities on Sierra Highway and in Saugus, and including putting one person in critical condition. It begs the question, how can we prevent these fatalities?
In order to keep the streets safe, Santa Clarita Sheriff's Department created the Respect is a Two-Way Street program, keeping all cyclists, motorists, and pedestrians updated on the rules of the road.
Last year alone, we had 99 collisions involving either bicyclists or pedestrians versus a motor vehicle. So I think that this is an important campaign. I think that it's something that we do need to talk about and a discussion that we need to have. And I would encourage you to visit bikesantaclarita.com.
For more information about the Respect is a Two-Way Street program and other programs in the SCV Sheriff Department, be sure to visit scvsheriff.com. For Cougar News, Aldo Canepa.
So there's been a lot of concern about a recent outbreak of Ebola right here in the United States.
There sure has, and I believe Heather has more for us.
That's right, a patient being treated at a Dallas hospital has the first confirmed case of Ebola in the United States. The man traveled from Liberia to the U.S. September 19th, started experiencing symptoms September 24th, and was admitted to the hospital 4 days later. Officials say he is in strict isolation and there are no other suspected cases in the state. The CDC Director, Thomas Frieden, has said that there is no doubt in my mind that we will stop it here. It's time to invest in a reusable shopping bag. California has become the first state to put a statewide ban on single-use plastic bags. Under this law, plastic bags will be taken out of checkout counters at large grocery stores and supermarkets, such as Walmart and Target, starting next summer, and in convenience stores and pharmacies in 2016. This law marks a major milestone for environmental activists who have pushed plastic bag bans in cities across the U.S. Opponents say this will add an unnecessary charge. Governor Jerry Brown signed a bill that could provide Santa Clarita residents with another option to earn a bachelor's degree. The bill allowed California community colleges to launch a trial program for 15 college districts to offer bachelor degree programs, and College of the Canyons was one of the 15. COC is still evaluating what options fit within the requirements of the bill and match community needs. In other news, a Washington State woman was pulled over for driving in the carpool lane with an unusual passenger. That's right, a 19-year-old woman actually tried to drive in the carpool lane with a giant teddy bear in the front seat. The State Patrol wasn't having any of it. Although the teddy bear wasn't the only issue, she was also driving 14 miles an hour over the speed limit without insurance. These three offenses racked up to an $818 ticket. That's one expensive teddy bear. And that's what's trending. I'm Heather Harbin. For more stories in and around the Santa Clarita Valley, you can check us out at cougarnews.com. Back to you guys.
The City Council approved 2 major land properties at such a reasonable price that both votes were unanimous. Santa Clarita purchased approximately 114 acres bordering the existing Riverdale Ranch property with the Open Space Preservation District funds. The newly obtained land has a lot to boast about.
Number of oak trees, fabulous trail opportunities, and I don't use the word fabulous very often.
The site of the Canyon Country Community Center was also attained at the September 23rd City Council meeting.
Now, the corner of Sierra Highway and Soledad is really close to my heart. That's a gateway to Sierra Highway. There's so much development up there, and the condos and the apartments and the shopping center and Joanne Darcy Library. There's mobile home parks, and there's a senior village there, and some really good things that have needed to have amenities. And I have friends that say, you know, I don't want to live in Canyon Country because they don't have anything out there. Well, we're going to prove them wrong.
And to quote Alan Ferdman after the land purchase, double bang for the buck.
Coming up on Cougar News, we give you the latest in fashion trends.
Plus, some of your favorite childhood books might have been banned. Stay tuned.
Are you still looking for your school? College of the Canyons is located on scenic rolling hills with competitive programs such as new media journalism, state-of-the-art sports facilities, and a culinary arts program that will be opening their brand new building with 3 state-of-the-art test kitchens. At only $46 a unit, you will discover that COC is the community college for you. Find out more at www.canyons.edu.
I'm Richard Horvitz.
I'm Tara Strong.
I'm Michael C. Morona.
And I'm Danny Tamborelli. Hi, this is Ming Chen.
This is Mike Zapsik.
Hi, it's Louis Anderson.
I'm Weird Al.
I'm Florence Henderson.
I'm the Grinch. You're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching.
And you're watching. You're watching.
And you're watching.
And you lucky people are watching
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News.
Cougar News. You're watching Cougar News. So this is for the older ladies.
And I'm a cougar.
Welcome back to Cougar News. Buck McKeon is stepping down from his seat in Congress, leaving us with an empty seat in the House. Our own Skylar Barty gives us a quick look at the two candidates running.
2014 congressional midterms are well on their way here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
As I've reached out to the educative field, and I've talked to the high schools and the colleges and said, you know, we need to do more for STEM.
What we need to do is work collectively, and I think the best legislators are ones that actually listen, ones that communicate to leaders in their community, and work collectively to accomplish a common goal.
Both candidates, Tony Strickland and Steve Knight, are battling for power over Buck McKeon's current seat.
I don't care if it's a Republican idea or a Democratic idea. I only care if it's a good idea.
The other things is I have reached across the aisles to pass major legislation.
It's about the next generation. You know, the real question is the next generation going to have more opportunities than we had? And elections are about the future, and so we need strong leadership.
For more interviews and updates as the race moves on, and as well as all election coverage, stay tuned to Cougar News.
With so many career options available to students, it can be hard to choose which one would be the best fit. This past weekend, COC held the annual College to Career Day for students to quickly learn the basics of many different career paths. Our own Brandon Iriarte tells us more.
The annual College to Career Day event once again took place at the University Center here at COC. Career programs including journalism and welding all came down to show potential students what they have to offer.
So far, great turnout. A lot of people excited about trying the welding and seeing really what it's all about, as most people have no idea. They've never been subjected to it before, so they're pretty excited about trying it.
We've met a lot of really great people. I think this is one of the greatest things for the college in the world.
The methods used to teach students usually vary from program to program. Some departments focus on lecture, while others focus on the hands-on aspect, and some try to find a balance between the two.
In my class, I believe in more of a hands-on approach. Students are going to learn more in the field than they are in the classroom.
It's a little both. It's a mixture. We have lecture and hands-on, so we'll do lecture for 2 days, and then the next week we'll do all hands-on skills. We'll practice vitals, CPR, playing splints, pretty much everything.
I would say 50-50. 50-50. In order to be a good welder, you got to do more than just hands-on. Welding is not an easy process to do, and at the same time, it can be complicated, especially with all the exotic metals that they're using out there. And you have to have book knowledge to do that. You just don't pick up a welder and start welding.
Hearing back from alumni who have found jobs in the industry, the departments here told the potential students of their success and how passion can often lead to big opportunities.
Especially when you hear from them later on in life and see what they end up doing. It feels really good that you were able to be a part of that, and they were able to make a good living off of it.
The College to Career Day event here at COC has experienced a lot of success today. With programs ranging from welding, culinary arts, and journalism, there's something everyone here can get interested in. For Cougar News, I'm Brandon Uriarte.
We all know and love our beautiful campus at COC, but 45 years ago, it looked much different. Heather Harbin gives us a look at the 45th anniversary celebration.
Monday may not seem like an ideal day for a party, but today, as you know, isn't just any Monday.
College of the Canyons recently celebrated its 45th birthday.
It was 45 years ago today that College of the Canyons officially opened.
We've gone from about 200,000 square feet of space to about 850,000 square feet of space.
We may have started small, but we sure didn't stay that way.
However, COC didn't always used to be the campus that we know today.
If you look out here, see all these wonderful trees? There was not one tree on this property, not one. And that's how College of the Canyons was born 45 years ago.
The campus first started holding classes in 1969. Not at our campus, but at Hart High School.
In 2000, there were maybe 5,000 kids on campus, and now there's 20 plus. I still love this campus like I did when I started.
At College of the Canyons, we're ready for the next 45 years. We're prepared to face that future, even though we have no idea what it's going to hold.
Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Heather Harbin.
Fall season is here, which means football, pumpkin spice lattes, and beer. That's right, Oktoberfest is coming. Oktoberfest is a 16-day festival held each year in Munich, Bavaria, Germany. Starting in late September and running into early October, it is known as the world's largest fair. Old Town Newhall's Oktoberfest will be on Saturday, October 11th from 1 to 5 p.m. off of Main Street and Lyons Avenue. Tickets for adults 21 and over will be sold for $15 at the door. Each ticket also gets you a beer flight tasting with 3 beers of your choosing.
If German beer isn't your brew of choice, then come find out what is at the 2nd annual Field of Drafts. Come on down to the Lancaster Municipal Stadium on Saturday, November 1st from 1 to 5 p.m. This 21 and over only event is $40 for general admission and a 6-ounce souvenir glass. Enjoy live entertainment, watch football on the Jumbotron, and try your luck in the outfield games. Is it your turn to be designated driver? With proof of your license, your admission is only $10 and you receive a ticket and food and non-alcoholic beverages. And remember, drink responsibly, use a designated driver, or use your smartphone to get a lift. Download the app and request a ride. Lyft ensures a safe ride with background and DMV checks on all their drivers, vehicle inspections, no cash transactions, and driver ratings. Don't drink and drive. You'll know your ride has arrived when you see the car with the pink mustache.
As we say goodbye to summer and fall weather starts to approach, Abigail Gutierrez has some outfit ideas that might help you stay warm.
Summer 2014 had many fun and colorful fashion trends this year, with cute hair pieces such as flower crowns. Halter tops were a big hit this summer in the fashion industry, as well as off-shoulder crop tops that could easily be paired up with high-waisted shorts. Another popular trend included bold summer dresses that could be worn on a date or simply a day out at the beach. As we welcome fall, we are expected to see a variety of cozy items. One of the most popular scarves this fall is called Infinity Scarves. It's a very simple accessory that could be added to any outfit to give it a nice touch. Blazers could add a little pop to any outfit. Whether it's cold or hot, you can spice things up with a crazy print or keep it simple, but still look edgy and could be worn to any occasion. Now, not every day is a good hair day, but adding a beanie could always make it a better one. Whether keeping the colors neutral or stepping out of your shell and choosing a Cheeto print beanie. Not only will they make you look fashionable, but will keep you warm as well. For Cougar News Fashion's Lookbook, I'm Abby Gutierrez.
You may have thought that George Clooney's wedding would be a paparazzi circus, but the real 3-ring act was right here in Santa Clarita. And you may not be familiar with a local fashionista, but the internet is. Ariel Thompson gives us the scoop in tonight's entertainment report.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cougar News Entertainment. I'm Ariel Thompson. Halloween is right around the corner and goblins are gearing up. Also get the latest fashion tips from our mini style hacker. Then experience the magic of the circus. Last but not least, a Hollywood hunk ties the knot. Stay tuned because entertainment starts now. Halloween is right around the corner and Fright Fest Magic Mountain gates are now open. The Halloween event is held on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays until November 1st. The park also extended their hours on Friday and Saturdays until 1 a.m. You can purchase your tickets for $70 at the gate. And you can't forget about your maze wristband, where you have all access in all the mazes throughout the park. Those can be purchased for $15 at the gate. Also, Fright Fest is planning on being open on Halloween night. Finding ways to dress up your child can be a little hard. Chantel Del Aguila got the latest scoop. Go, kick it!
A Santa Clarita-based Instagram sensation is sweeping the nation. Mini Style Hacker started when a mother of two saw fashion kids on Instagram wearing Gucci belts and expensive clothes. She then started mimicking their styles along with other celebrities. Colette finds creative ways to get her boys involved without having to pose for the camera.
You have to be really creative with your play, or it's all battles, wrestling, and sword fights. So I try to come up with games all the time for them to do.
Colette continuously posts photos on Instagram at the enjoyment of more than 190,000 followers.
It's been really good. I've gotten a lot of emails from across the world about parents saying, thank you so much for letting me know where to find these things. It's so great to know that we can dress our kids great.
Her goal is to recreate high fashion outfits on a budget.
They wear a lot of stuff that you can find at our local mall. They wear a lot of Gap Kids and Baby Gap.
As her sons grow older, Colette plans to expand the scope of the blog.
I'll probably just evolve it to whatever they're wearing because they're who I'm dressing. But I don't know, I'm really, this whole thing has been so crazy. I didn't ever expect for this to happen. I just started the blog and people started looking at it and all this attention has come from it. So I don't know yet. I'm just riding the wave and seeing what happens, but it's been super fun and exciting and there's some great opportunities that have come my way from it.
For Cougar News, I'm Chantel Del Aguila.
The circus came to town this weekend. Ferris Soudani has the latest.
Circus Vargas Magicaria. This weekend, the decades-old America's favorite Big Top Circus strode its way through Santa Clarita.
Well, we're here, so it's clear. You'll be surprised by what will appear.
The circus tent was planted at the Westfield Valencia parking lot as shoppers and passerbys made their way through the popular shopping destination. The retro-style tent was a sight to see along Santa Clarita's urban infrastructure in the shopping center. One of their main focuses is maintaining the classic circus feel. With changes in ownership throughout the years, the circus has become a human performance-centered event, no longer using animal acts for the show.
You know what? We're always nervous when you perform, always. I have never performed one day in my life that I was not nervous. And I think that's part of it. I think that's part of the joy of performing, because if you were just doing it calmly, I mean, you might as well work at a desk job. I think the most unique part about circus in general, and I hope we here at Circus Vargas do it even more than anybody else, is that, you know, we make all cultural and religious barriers disappear. Here, everybody's the same. Here, everybody is family and come and see the circus, and everybody comes here for the same purpose, is to have a good time with their family.
Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Ferris Soudani.
George Clooney is now a married man. He finally tied the knot last Saturday. The wedding was held in the beautiful Venice, Italy. According to USA Today, Clooney and Alamudin took a part of a civil ceremony last Monday, where their marriage was finally official. Well, that's your entertainment report. I'm Ariel Thompson. To check out more entertainment news, visit us on cougarnews.com.
Ecuador native Gabby Mendoza walked onto the College of the Canyons campus 3 years ago with a lack of direction. But little did she know she was on the right path to reaching her goals.
I was born in Ecuador. I came here at the age of 18, came by myself.
Gabby Mendoza moved from Ecuador to the United States about 5 years ago. When she first got here, she had no idea what she wanted to do. But then she found opportunity.
I just came here to see what options there were for school. So then later on, I decided to stay. I wanted to come here because I knew there was a lot of opportunity for people who work hard. I kind of didn't even think about this travel. I was just like, okay, I have to work 30 hours. Okay, I'll work 30 hours. I have to go to school. I'll go to school. I don't care. And I saw all the benefits that they were offering. MESA is the Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement Program. And what they do is that they help students who are either first-generation college students or, students that are in financial disadvantage, and they help them they help them with tutoring for their science courses. They help you get through school, through the science classes. They give you the extra help that you need. But I realized that I had to do more extracurricular activities to become a competition. This new MESA director, Eric Lara, he started working here, and he has a lot of contacts, and he's always sending us emails about these internships or any opportunity out there. He's always sending us a lot of emails. Every opportunity he sent, I applied for. So first I applied for the JPL opportunity. I got into that. And then I applied for summer research at Season. I did that too. And then JPL and also Eric sent us emails about the NCAS program, which is the National Community College Aerospace Scholar Program for NASA. And I got in.
Gabby had some advice for those struggling to pursue their dreams.
It is possible. You just have to work hard, find the right people, get yourself together with the right people, get rid of the people who are not helping you. And you pretty much have to be very disciplined, determined, work hard, take advantage of every opportunity, and stop making excuses for anything, because I think excuses are a sign of weakness.
For Cougar News, I'm Richard Gutierrez.
Aloha! Hula is a traditional chant and dance derived from the islands of Hawaii, but for many people who are unable to travel and experience the culture, COC Performing Arts Center brings a captivating dance to the community for free. Chantel Del Aguila gives you a first look at the hula workshop.
The Na'ale Huluai Ka Waikiju production hosted a free workshop Friday afternoon at COC.
We're going to learn basic hula steps and a traditional dance called kavika, which is in honor of Hawaii's last king, King David Kalakaua. So many dances that have been passed on to us today come from that time, and they honor Kalakaua for his foresight and his passion and dedication to the culture.
Participants enjoyed the experience of learning hula chant and dance, and a performance followed that evening.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was great. It's nice to always learn from different teachers from up and down the coast.
You could feel the spirituality coming from the dance. It was wonderful. The dance uses the entire body. There's music, there's singing. It's a complete and total dance.
The hula workshop is an amazing experience for anyone who wants to learn the basics of hula chant and dance, as well as Hawaiian culture. For Cougar News, I'm Chantal Del Aguila.
Cougar News went to Arts Underground on Saturday, September 20th, which featured local artist Jeffrey Fountain. The Arts Underground, hosted by the Underground's Coffee Shop underneath Real Life Church, showcases local artists and bands every first and third Saturday of the month.
I call the project the London Look, and it's satire on what's advertised versus what's actual. And it's really about destigmatizing and rehumanizing people who have been deemed secondhand citizens. The biggest takeaway that I would like to see with people that come and look at and see my work and see this project is that every single human on this earth should be treated with dignity and respect. But then when you look at someone who literally has nothing to their name, and if they can still smile, and if they can still push through their problems and do anything it takes just to live one more day, I mean, I find that incredibly amazing. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
A local Santa Clarita band is making it big. They have played at some prestigious gigs. Our own Christiane Kimberlin gives us a closer look.
A local Santa Clarita band
We Are Wasted, is finally seeing their dreams come true after long hours of practicing and numerous gigs. The band debuted at a popular pub in Santa Clarita called the Beer Academy, which was known for their 18 beers and live entertainment.
I met these guys a few years ago, almost a few years ago, and they came in talking about that they have a band, and they asked me if they can play here. I go, absolutely. If you guys can bring a crowd, why not? So the first time they played, it was a good turnout, and they were playing practically every month after that for a while.
Brian Sarf, Dylan Green, Ryan Fulkerson, and Jimmy Judge are the band members of We Are Wasted. However, Dylan and Ryan have been lifelong friends. The turn of events began on June 22nd, where they were invited to perform and compete against 12 different bands at the House of Blues in Hollywood. This is where they won Best Performance. I asked Ryan and Dylan what inspired them to be musicians.
As soon as I started listening to metal and heard all these people shredding, it really inspired me to want to be able to play something that well, to be able to be so good at it. You can play multiple notes and you can just shred, you know. That's what I always wanted to do.
My father, my whole life, has been playing in bands. Like every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he'd be playing shows at night just to like get extra little cash. So like I've been going to his gigs since I was a little kid.
And that's a big little kid. That's like 4 feet already. How old were you? Were you born that big?
Born.
He's a big baby.
Since the House of Blues, they had played at Whiskey A Go-Go, the Paladinos Club, the Rainbow in Hollywood, and Howl at the Moon at Universal City Walk, where they won Battle of the Bands. To follow them, look them up on Facebook at facebook.com We Are Wasted. This is Christiane Kimberlin for Cougar News.
You may be surprised to hear that many of the well-known books we all read as kids, Captain Underpants, Harry Potter, The Hobbit, even Judy Blume, have all been censored or banned in some way or another. Last week, the College of the Canyons TLC hosted its annual Banned Books Week. Lindsay Maxtopoulos has more.
Last week, College of the Canyons had a celebration for all of the books that have been censored or banned in America, with the annual Banned Books Week. Students and staff alike were able to read their favorite banned books, and many were shocked to see the list and the reasons why their favorite books were banned.
Kids nowadays learn like so much stuff off of YouTube. I mean, if they really wanted to read this stuff, they could just Google it, Wikipedia, and it'll come up, or Sparks Notes. You can't stop them. Why would, I mean, you can't stop them, there's no point.
COC guests had the chance to watch people worldwide read excerpts from their favorite banned books.
Champion when he was young. Maybe it'll be him. I read banned books.
If you want to learn more about Banned Books Week, go to ala.org/bbbooks. For Cougar News, I'm Lindsay Maxitopoulos.
College of the Canyons prides itself on being innovative. It is one of the few here in Southern California that has a vineyard on campus. It was planted in addition to the new Culinary Arts building to enhance the wine studies program here at school. I decided to take a closer look at the vineyard. Ever wonder how grapes are made into wine? Now you can right here on campus at COC. While construction is well underway on the Culinary Arts facility, the Zinfandel grapevines located on the western slopes of campus are getting ready for harvest. We had a chance to sit down with Department Chair Cindy Schwenke about what the vineyard will bring to the wine studies program.
They'll be able to crush the grapes and they'll be able to make their own wine. So not only are we teaching about wine and the different regions of wine, but they actually are going to have hands-on working in a vineyard right on campus.
The vines also have quite a history.
These vines are actually old Zinfandel vines, and they came from Paso Robles. And Mr. and Mrs. Remo donated them to the college.
Plachoa winery owner Steve Lemley and Nate Hasper have been maintaining the vines until the students take it over. There are high hopes to what the wine studies program will bring not only to COC, but to the community.
We'll do a lot of wine events, maybe have some wine and food pairing dinners out here in the vineyard.
Which led me to my next question.
So we will definitely have some kind of COC Cougar wine.
And classes are open to anyone interested in gaining knowledge of the process of winemaking. So whether you're a wine enthusiast or just a casual connoisseur, classes start in spring and the first harvest is set for fall 2015. Reporting for Cougar News, I'm Alyssa Dickert.
Still to come on Cougar News, we are going to show you the latest in Cougar sports.
Plus, we have an update on the new iPhone 6. We'll be right back.
Mood for endless Italian dishes? Vincenzo's Pizza is your one-stop shop.
From their hand-tossed thin crust pizzas to their meaty Chicago dogs and their toasty sandwiches
to their creamy chicken Alfredo pasta.
I love their chicken Alfredo pasta.
Vincenzo's new haul has exactly what your appetite desires.
With fresh ingredients, 12 cold beers on tap, and live entertainment on the weekend, you will not be disappointed.
Vincenzo's Pizza, inch for inch, the best pizza in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Habitat for Heroes.
Really, it's a story about people.
Letting people see that they're not alone, they're not isolated. We're here to help.
And we need to work on behalf of our veterans.
Then we can really change that veteran's ability to reintegrate into the community.
Habitat for Heroes is not just rebuilding homes, but it's rebuilding lives.
And that's the message we want to get across.
Get involved. Visit habitatscv.org and find out how you can help.
Knock out cancer! You're watching Cougar News! Welcome back to Cougar News. Now it's time to get inspired and hungry with another one of Haiti Mejia's food films. Today she has a yummy idea for breakfast cups.
On the weekends, it's nice to make a proper breakfast, but I still want something easy. I start by chopping onion and some peppers. They not only add taste and nutrition, but lots of bright colors. Next, I bring out a muffin tin and coat it with some nonstick spray and fill each one with a piece of ham to serve as the cup, and add the sautéed veggies. Add some shredded cheddar. Then I whisk up 5 eggs and add some heavy whipping cream. I ladle in the eggs and add some green onion for garnish if you like. Bake them for 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Try adding some fruit as a side dish. I like fresh strawberries. And they're ready to enjoy.
Life Kitchen had a grand opening at the Valencia Town Center. Ariel Thompson got the latest scoop.
There's a new addition to the Valencia Town Center. They hosted a ribbon cutting to celebrate their grand opening last Wednesday.
People are looking for great tasting food that's convenient to pick up at affordable prices. And we look at it in the marketplace today, and we don't think that niche is being met. We're not looking to be just another chain restaurant out here. We're very proud of our local California roots. We have over 60% of our goods that we produce are produce. Come in fresh once, twice, 3 times, 4 times a week.
Their menu only gets bigger with their catering options. Life Kitchen offers great healthy foods to host an event or family gathering.
We're predicting to be an extremely busy restaurant, so most of it will be outsourced. We do reach out to the community and do a lot of community events, so we will be all over town with our catering as well as our regular menus.
We want you to love your food every day and feel great about what you're eating. We want you to leave full and fantastic, never feeling guilty. Guilt-free food is what we believe in.
The wait for healthy foods is now over. For Cougar News, I'm Ariel Thompson.
Well, there sure has been a lot of sports action going on around town lately.
We had quite a bit. We had high school and college football. We had some college soccer. We even had some college hockey going on. But first, we're going to step out onto the football field. After picking up their first win of the season against Santa Ana, Cougar football was looking to continue winning in their first conference game of the season against the Pasadena City College Lancers. We head out to Cougar Stadium now. Cougars already trailing 10-0 after the first half. In their first possession of the third quarter, Dejon Gaines would take it into the end zone. on a 5-yard touchdown run to make it 10-6 in favor of the Lancers. On the ensuing point after touch, the Lancers would block it straight up into the air, and Robert Morgan would run it all the way back 98 yards for 2 points, a strange play that you don't see very often, as the Lancers would take a 12-6 lead. The Cougars would eventually tie it on a DeJon Gaines 6-yard touchdown run, and that moves us to the fourth quarter. Tied at 12 now, when DeJon Williams finds Turner Jackson in the end zone for a 44-yard Lancer touchdown pass. They'd add a 2-point conversion to take a 20-12 lead. Later on in the fourth quarter, 4th and long for the Cougars. Tony Dawson back to pass, finds Anthony Fowler in the end zone for a touchdown. Oh wait, no it isn't. He's rolled out of bounds. The Cougars turn it over on downs. They get one final opportunity, though, less than a minute. Dawson looking down the sidelines again. This time he's picked off by Marlon Dobbins, and that would end the game for the Cougars as they'd fall 20-12. They turned the ball over 5 times in the game, and they had to play without Tim White, so a tough loss for the Cougars. With the loss, COC falls to 1-3 on the season. However, despite the poor record in their first 4 games, Coach Ayasenda and the rest of the Cougars have stayed cautiously optimistic about the rest of the season.
Obviously, we're not excited about that record. We've got some work to do. You know, 2 of those games easily could have been winnable. Obviously, we didn't play well enough to get it done. So we feel like there's work to do, and our spirits are still good. You know, the kids know we're not that far off.
Focus and keep on executing. Just don't let it be a glimpse and just the whole game, just execute. That's all we need to do.
Around a defender, maybe gets up to the goal line and he scores! 411 yards through the air, 37 completions and 2 touchdowns. While those numbers aren't quite Peyton Manning-like, COC quarterback Tony Dawson still has the drive and desire to get to that level one day. Cougar News reporter Ashley Pagan has more.
Tony Dawson here, beginning at Knights High School. How did you start off playing football?
I grew up playing there when I was 7 up until around 14, and then I went on to Pete Knight High School because my sisters went there. And then going there was a great experience. I liked it there. Coaches were good.
How did your family members and your friends impact the way you play football?
Well, it's all about support. When I have a lot of support with me, I just focus and just want to win.
Whether you play harder either in a game or practice, either or, what are the emotions running through your head?
Me, as a quarterback, I have to stay calm and relaxed. And sometimes it gets to me, sometimes it doesn't. But when I'm more focused and relaxed, everything goes smooth.
Quarterbacks have the most responsibility. What made you choose to play that position?
My sophomore year, the varsity quarterback coach, he liked me a lot and decided I should play quarterback. So I started off at the JV level, and then I just progressed and going up and up. And then on my varsity level, it just got better and better. Then I decided to take the JC route to get better, to make it to the D1 level like I want to be.
Where do you see yourself in the future, knowing that you are playing your last season at a junior college?
The spring semester, I transfer off to like a Division I or Division I AA school for football, and then hopefully from there progress and get better, go to the NFL or the European League.
Do you think that if you want to make it to the NFL, will your COC teammates be your top supporters as you're headed in that direction?
I think they all will be. They all play a specific role in my life, so I think they'll all be driving me and all keep me focused on what I need to do.
Moving over to high school football now, Hart is beginning to look like the team that made a deep run in the 2013 CIF postseason. They would head into their game against Santiago Corona after scoring over 40 points in their previous 2 games, looking for their 3rd straight victory. We head out to Cougar Stadium now as the Indians and the Sharks took to the field. First quarter, Indians, Brady White with a pass to Trent Irwin, and he'd find his way into the end zone to make it 7-0 Indians. Second quarter now, score tied at 7. Hart with the ball in their own 20, and they do something different, not pass the ball. Instead, they'd hand it off to Nelson James. He'd go all the way to the end zone for a touchdown to make it 14-7 Hart as he ran for 201 yards on the day. Nelson wouldn't be done as he'd hook up with Brady White in the 3rd quarter as the Indians trailed 28-24, his one of 3 touchdown catches on the game to give the Indians a 31-24 lead. They'd hook up again for the 2nd time, and the Indians would take a increased lead, 38-24, over the Sharks. One final time, White and James would hook up, and they would take a 58-35 victory over the Sharks as White would pass for 7 touchdowns, tying his own school record. The West Branch Wildcats have started their 2014 season off on a so-so note, going 2-2 in their first 4 non-conference games. They would host Oxnard, looking to pick up one final victory before heading into Foothill League play against Saugus in 2 weeks. The Game would start at Paul Priest Stadium. Oxnard already up 7-0 when they'd score on a Vincent Rodriguez run from 1 yard out to make it 14-0. 21-0 now in favor of Oxnard when Chase Killingsworth would connect with Brendan Moskell to make it 21-7 at the half. Third quarter now, Dalton Pagano would score for the Yellow Jackets to make it 28-7, and that would set up a West Ranch comeback of sorts as Killingsworth would hit Moskell for their second touchdown of the game. This one a 58-yard TD score to make it 28-24 in favor of Oxnard. West Ranch would score one more time in the game. This time Killingsworth would find Zachary Farber in the end zone, but that would be how the game would end, 28-21 the final. COC sophomore runner Rodrigo Ornelas was named the Western States Conference Male Athlete of the Week last week. Ornelas has won 4 races this season, including the Southern California Preview with a time of 20 minutes and 11 seconds, which helped him earn the Male Athlete honors. Ornelas and the Cougars men have won 3 meets this season and will be looking to add a 4th to their dominance when they compete Friday at the WSC Preview at West LA College. Ornelas has won 4 races this season, including the Southern California Preview last weekend with a time of 20 minutes and 11 seconds, which helped him earn the Male Athlete honors. Ornelas and the Cougars men have won 3 meets this season and will be looking to win their 4th as they compete at the WSC Preview at West LA College this weekend. The Cougars women's golf team is also on an absolute tear as their season started off with 3 victories in their first 4 Western States Conference tournaments. The women last won at Knollwood Country Club during the WSC Canyons tournament with a score of 323, while Tiffany Whitaker, Andrea Webster, and Elizabeth Mortensen all finished in the top 5 of the tournament. The women also finished 3rd at the Morro Bay Invitational last week and will next hit the links on October 8th at the WSC Citrus Tournament. Men's soccer started off the season on a nice streak, picking up 6 points in their first 7 matches, going 4-1-2. Coming into Tuesday's action, they saw themselves only 4 points behind division-leading Oxnard and would try to extend their winning streak to 3 games as they took to the pitch against Allen Hancock College. We head out to Cougar soccer field now as the Cougars and the Hancock Bulldogs would go at it. Cougars would have a prime opportunity to score early on in the first half, this on a Juan Camacho penalty kick, but it's stopped by George Alaya to keep the score at 0-0. Cougars would keep pressuring, though, in that first half as Jesus Pescador would corner kick to Omar Navarro, who had headed in to give the Cougars a 1-0 lead, and they'd take a 3-0 lead into half. Philip Boskaki would pick them up on their backs in the second half, scoring 2 goals, his first and second goal of the season right here and right there, to make it 5-0 Cougars, and they'd add 1 more late in the game off of an Abedel Harrison goal to make it 6-1, the final in favor of the Cougars. Cougar volleyball came into the 2014 season looking to win back-to-back conference titles for the first time since 1999-2000. The Cougars were an impressive 21-4 in 2013, and this week they traveled down to Ventura College to try and push their current winning streak to 3 games. The Cougar women would push that winning streak up to 3 after they beat the Ventura Pirates in straight sets, winning by scores of 25-15, 25-14, and 25-21. Serena LaDuff led the Cougars with 15 kills in her 29 attempts in the game, while Katie Rhetoric had 32 assists as the Cougars improved their record to 7-3. They'd also improved their rankings to 10th in SoCal and 18th in the state. Finally, one more former championship team at COC is looking to get back to their winning ways. COC Ice Hockey won the 2011 ACHA National Championship, but have fallen on hard times since, unable to make the national tournament in its last 3 seasons. They took on Santa Rosa Junior College last weekend, looking to start their 2014-2015 campaign off on the right foot. The Cougars would lose on Thursday night by a final of 6-2 to the Bears, and we'll head out to Friday night's game as the Cougars would look to get off to a better start, and they would, as Sam Tafner would score his first goal of the season, a shot that just slips by Dominic Jones to give the Cougars a 1-0 lead. The lead wouldn't last long, though, as the Cougars got themselves into a lot of penalty trouble and would come back to haunt them, as this time Blake Johnson beats Eric Alvarado over the glove hand side to tie the score at 1, and the Bears would eventually take a 3-1 lead into the end of the first. Second period now, Cougars with the puck, trying to get back in a little bit of a comeback as Danny Bello feeds Tucker May in the slot to make it 3-2, but that would be as close as the Cougars would get, as the Bears would drop 5 unanswered on them, including this water bottle busting shot, top shelf where mommy hides the cookie jar, by Andrew Mason to give the Bears an 8-2 victory. Well, that's it in sports. Cougars hockey, Cougar football falling a little bit. We'll see if they can pick it up in the next couple weeks.
Come on, Cougars, you got it.
All right, anytime Apple releases the next big thing, it seems everyone has an opinion. But in the case of the iPhone 6, among COC students and staff, the reviews are all positive. Here's Tyler Coolez with more.
New iPhone 6 hit stores on September 10th. This is Apple's largest, most powerful phone ever. Many Apple customers seem to be thrilled with their new phones. With the largest app store to date, the possibilities seem endless.
I've been using iPhones since 2007 and stood in line the first day they came out, and I think that Apple makes incredible products. I'm also an audio professional, so one of the things I do is I use specialized apps for working in the studio or measuring sound outside of the studio. So it's a lot of different applications I can use it for.
Many naysayers of iOS have been finding fault with the new design.
What I have heard is that 9 people out of 10 million actually took the time to sit on their phones on their back pockets. And what I also heard is that Apple said, bring it to the Genius Bar and we'll replace it.
Fortunately, I got a case right away. I think that probably helps prevent the bend. I'm not sure if it's really flimsy. I just know that it's just because it's thinner and it's made out of aluminum. That aluminum tends to bend. So, I mean, I'm sure they did that to make it lighter and to make it thinner and cost effective.
Reporting for Cougar News, this is Tyler Coolez.
That does it for this edition of Cougar News. I'm Felisa Gardenas. Remember, you can catch us online at cougarnews.com.
And I'm Melissa Dicker. If you have any news tips or story ideas, you can email them to us at cougarnews@canyons.edu. Have a great night, everybody.